Hello, everyone, and welcome. My name is Dycart, and this is Kenshi. I'm relatively new to the game, but I have been loving it so far. It's very difficult to explain. It's kind of an open world sandbox type game with plenty of role playing elements and stuff. But one of the things that sets us apart from a lot of other games, I've played some games that were similar but not as in depth as this, is with Kenshi, everything you do improves your experience points in that skill. So you don't level up. There's no levels. If you want to get stronger, you carry heavy weight and move around with it. If you want to get better at building, you build stuff. It's really cool in that regard. So you can turn anyone into any style of character you want just by training them in certain abilities. So anyway, let's get started. I'm relatively new to the game again, um, but I've played it a little bit to get an idea. It's pretty difficult. I'm going to start out as a wanderer, which is kind of the default setting. I start out with 1,000 cats. Cats is the currency in the game. General roleplay style. There are many different options you can do. Wandering trader, so you start out with a backpack and stuff. Holy sword, you start out connected to a specific faction. Um, there's plenty of ways to do it. Rock bottom's actually an interesting one I thought about doing. You're alone, unarmed, naked, and hungry, lost in the middle of a harsh desert teeming with slavers, and you just lost an arm. Good luck. So you only have one arm. Now, inside the game, there's a way to get prosthetics. So really interesting. See, there's plenty. I'm going to do the Wanderer one. I'm going to leave all the options on default because it's pretty difficult as it is. Um, the only mod I've used, there are mods in the Steam Workshop, but the only one I have is called Dark UI. It's one that changes the interface a little bit, makes it a little bit easier to see, I think. The game is set up in an apocalyptic world, almost like a Mad Max type setting. But the graphics are set up in conjunction with that. So there's a lot of washed out colors and just kind of a lost desert type like feel to everything, which was really cool with the art direction and the UI. But I felt like this mod just made it pop a little bit more, especially for streaming. I think it'll help, and you'll see when it gets in there. You can see. All right, so let's start off. I'm going to be a human Greenlander. You can be a Scorchlander, and it changes their stats and their race description and stuff like that. But I'm going to import. I already set up the Dycart. So this will be my guy. So we will name him Dycart. And that's him. This is what we're going to look like when we start. And we have 100 hit points. We have a bonus to farming, cooking, and science. So ideally, Dycart would be somebody that would stay home at a base and farm and stuff like that. However, I could easily turn him into a warrior. And here we are. Boom. All right, so the dark UI makes this like these colors here that are all green. Normally they're much more faded and a little bit more difficult to see. Not too bad. I mean, you can still play the game just fine. But this is me. I've got nothing. If I check my inventory, all I started out with is an iron club and some pants. And that's it. So here's all these people wandering around. This is like a ruins that I'm in, basically. All that's here is one bar, and that's it. It's the only thing that's here. If I open the map, I'm here at the hub. There's one city that's close enough to me that it's already revealed. You can reveal more as you wander, but I mean, it's a huge map. I haven't even seen most of it. So first thing I want to do is I need to get some money to get some food. That's number one. But I want to be able to carry more stuff. I personally can't. So I'm going to go into the bar here. And when you go into a bar, there's different people around that you can talk to. So Hobbs here, I already know Hobbs is some of the characters are randomized and some are like pre-made. Hobbs is a pre-made character. So I'm going to talk to him. And he's like, "Oh, have a drink on me. Have you ever heard the story of a wailing phantom?" So he's like this crazy guy. But if I talk to him and seem interested, he could join me. So I'm not going to read through all of this. If you want, you can go ahead and pause it and read it. It's funny, kind of interesting, but I agree with him. Wow, that's amazing. It's some story about a monster. Um, and he's like, "Oh, call it an old dying man's last wish. You're dying." He's like, "Well, aren't we all?" Blah blah blah. So he's not really dying. But I'm going to agree with him. And boom, now I have two people. So just like that, two people. Awesome. So let's see what this guy's got. Ooh, I could buy some crossbows. Crossbows are very handy to start the game out with, from what I can tell. But more importantly, I can buy some food. So I am going to purchase just a couple things of food, and I'm going to leave the rest here for now. I can select my entire squad, which right now is Dycart and Hobbs. Let's move them out here. And let's take a look at Dycart first. When I started with pretty much nothing. Level 1 on everything, 0 on a couple things. That's it. Okay. Hobbs started out with some experience. Not too great, but he's there. Like, he exists. He's been doing a little bit. Looks highest level is field medic and melee attack. His equipment is basically just nothing. He's almost like a wandering monk type person. All right, so let's take Dycart and Hobbs over here. Now, if I hold down the Alt key, it shows me a bunch of stuff just laying around. I might grab all that and sell it just for some money to get started with. But I do notice that this is sitting here. This little shack. The door's closed, but it's private. So what I can do is get here and I can go, okay, with Dycart, if I go to sneak, this blue eyeball tells me no one can see me. It would be red if I was able to be seen. So no one can see me. So I'm going to go inside here. All right, still no one can see me. You don't need to sneak. That's just a way to see that, oh, no one can see me. All right, so I'm going to pick this lock. I have a 14% chance of picking the lock. But what Dycart will do is he'll keep trying. So his lock picking skill is actually going up right now. Every time he gets through, now it's at 23%, 46%. So every time he fails, it continues to increase his experience in lockpicking. So eventually he should be able to unlock it. So see, every time this goes up, he gets a chunk of experience for it. And then while he's doing that with Hobbs, another thing that's interesting about these guys is their athletics is what determines their run speed. If you look on the left of the screen there, maximum run speed, current run speed, and the experience bonus for athletics. The athletics experience bonus right now for Hobbs is 140%. That is because he is not encumbered. If I open this up, he's only 19 of 17. So I should say he's barely encumbered with just his general gear. The more stuff he's carrying, the less athletics skill he gets as a bonus when he's running around. Okay? But the more you train your athletics, the faster you can run. And right now, we're big wimps, so running is a good thing. So I can just do this, and this alone is building his athletic skill. All right, so let's do this. I'm holding down Shift, and I'm just clicking back and forth a few times, and he will run back and forth. Now that he's running, let's go up here and let's look at his athletics. You can see it ticking up right now. He's gaining skill in his athletics just by running back and forth. So that's one of the cool things about this game that's just awesome, is you can train your guys and make them stronger. Okay, so Dycart eventually succeeded, so we're going to open this up and we're going to look at this. Now, the Holy Flame is a book for the religious zealots that live nearby, and if you have one, then they kind of leave you alone. You can fake that you follow their religion. If you don't have one, you can sometimes get in trouble. So I'm going to grab one. Actually, I'm going to grab them both because I want to sell them. First aid kit, I'll take that. And then I'm just going to take everything out of here to sell. Okay, I'm going to leave these. These are just like lore things that I'm not that interested in. Okay, so Dycart's got that. But now, if I hold down Alt, I see all this stuff. Small Emperor statue. Let's grab that. Now we look, and that has a sell value of 100 cats. Okay? What's the fuel sell value? Fuel 192. So let's find out. Can we carry, does fuel stack? No. Okay, so he can't pick that up. So what we want to do, I think, is bring Hobbs over here. And I can then take Dycart and I can just hand stuff to Hobbs this way. No big deal. I could also click trade. Okay, so this is Hobbs, this is Dycart, and I can shift click, or shift right click, I should say, and just move stuff this way. So that's different ways about it. Okay, so Dycart, take the fuel. Let's see, how much does the Holy Flame sell for? 90 is an average price. That's not bad. Let's take that. He can't carry their wheat straw. Rice bowl, food cube. So we got some food out of this. Let's grab everything but the wheat straw. Can he pick up the wheat straw? Okay, he can. Okay, so I've grabbed everything I can out of this room. So with Dycart, as I'm moving around in sneak mode, he's also gaining stealth experience. So he's up to 11% stealth experience just by moving around. 13%. Okay. He got to lockpicking level 2, so that's pretty cool. So it's kind of cool how this works. I'm going to go ahead and turn his stealth off right now and select them both. And since their inventory is pretty full, I'm going to come just sell everything I can. Now, most of the time, if you steal items in a town, those items are, they're culturally significant, so they're easily recognizable. So what would happen is if you tried to sell them in the same town, people would recognize that and be like, no, not going to happen. Well, the hub here isn't really a town. It's kind of a ruins. So you can get away with it a lot easier. All right, thank you, autosave. Okay, so let's do business. So now I have all this stuff to sell. I'm going to go ahead and just sell this stuff. I want to keep any food because food is hard to come by. Okay? And a bandage is always good. So this is what I'm going to keep here. Right? But I've got 1,071. So that's pretty good, considering I already bought a little bit of food. But now I can just click on Hobbs, and I can sell right from his inventory as well. I think I'm going to actually hang on. No, I better sell that. I'll get one later. Okay, so I've sold everything I can, but I gained a little bit more food. I think what I might do is look at purchasing a crossbow, the toothpick. Shoddy, prototype. So prototype seems like the bad. Shoddy's a little bit better. Shoddy, you'll find different quality things. But if I get this, it means I might be able to do a little bit of damage while I'm fleeing from someone, which is going to happen a lot. Okay, so let's grab a shoddy toothpick. Oh, I can't afford it? How much is it? I didn't even look. Oh, 1560. Okay, so I'm not going to be buying anything like that anytime soon. All right, but anyway, I got just a little bit of money out of that. I was able to get some food. Dycart's holding most of it. All right, but so far so good. We got Hobbs, but if I go over here and I talk to this person, Heft, I could talk to her, but you have to pay 300 cats before she'll join you. So some people you have to pay to recruit them, and some come for free. I don't have the money to recruit her. Who's this? Molly. How'd you like rum, Outlander? It's okay, I guess. Everybody loves rum. All All right, so 6,000 cats for Molly. So we know that there's 2 people here in this town already that we can hire. Okay, that guy doesn't like me. Ooh, wow, this guy doesn't like me. Wow, he didn't like me at all. Who's this person? Barthug. Okay, so no worries. So nothing major. Now, all of this stuff with the red icon, I could steal. But of course, there's guards in here and stuff, and I would get wasted. So let's run my 2 guys out here. And then I'm going to go ahead and open this screen. Here's the map again. Here's the factions. These are the factions I know of right now. So if I see starving bandits or dust bandits, they're going to attack me because I'm at a negative. Okay. I have some research, but I can't do that quite yet. I don't have anything for crafting, but squads, that's what I want. So I can name my squad here. So what do we want to name our beginning squad? Let's call it just Wanderers. Okay, we're the Wanderers. I can make up to 30 squads and have them grouped all differently. It's pretty cool. Here's dialogue in case I want to look back to see what somebody had said to me. And then here's the AI settings. Ditch items, I want that. Share food, yes. Feed animals, yes. Shoot first, ask later. This means when I operate a turret on a building, I'll just start shooting at potentially dangerous people. I actually want that on for now because then I don't have to manually tell them to attack because most of the time I'm going to need it. And we'll get to that far later when I'm building a base and stuff like that. But that's it for now. I have 2 choices. I can either try to make a little bit of money right now by going out and getting some resources and selling them here, or I can move on to the next town. I am going to choose to make a little money right now. So I'm going to go down here, send these guys down to this. This is an iron resource, and it can have up to 3 people working it. I only have 2. So I'm going to tell them to work this iron resource. And here they go. Now I can speed the game up. And the fact that they're running down to this iron resource means that they're building their athleticism. It's that cool. And now they're working. So I can see the output here. And now they can potentially get attacked right now. So I've got to be careful. But I'm going to speed the game up and run it right here. And once I get iron, I'll be able to put it in. I'll be able to drag it over into inventory, but it's going to take up a lot of space, and it'll also weight them down, which means I'll be working on their strength. Okay, so I can take that one. So already he's a little bit encumbered. So what I'll do here is I'll load them up with iron, so they're both full. I'll just run a couple circles around just to help build their strength up a little bit, and then I will run them up here and sell the iron. Because right now this should sell for 67 cats, which isn't a lot, but it's going to get me a little bit of something. Now, if I found some copper, that looks like iron. That's still iron. Copper tends to sell for a little bit more. That's iron. But I don't know for sure. Oh, there's some copper right there. So why don't I do this? I'll go back over here, open this up, move this to Dycart, but then I'll select them both and have them run over here, start working on this copper. But now Dycart is encumbered, so see how slow he's running? But if you look here, his strength experience is now 23 and athletics is only 32. Whereas Hobbs, athletics is 84 and strength's 1 because he's barely encumbered. So the more encumbered you get, the less experience you get for athletics and the more you get for strength. So you can try to balance it out and build them both at the same time, or you can really load them up heavy and just work on strength for a while. It's just kind of up to you. So Let's take a peek here. Okay, so copper sells for 180. So yeah, definitely worth it to come over here and do copper instead of that iron. Definitely. All right, whoops. Let's get Dycart's inventory open. Can we arrange this better? There. Okay, that's the most he's going to be able to carry. So let's switch to Hobbs. And we will have them both be digging until Hobbs is full, and then I'm going to run them in, and I'll start selling the copper off, try to make enough money. Maybe I'll try to get enough money to buy at least one of the whatchamacallits. Yeah, the crossbows. Not sure yet, but I'm not going to bore you with that. So I'm going to go ahead and skip ahead a little bit here, so that we've got it figured out. All right, so I will be back. Okay, we are back. So while I was getting copper, I got attacked. Dycart went down, knocked out, and I had to flee back to here with Hobbs, and they killed him. So I was able to scavenge some stuff, get a little bit of money, but now they're a little bit hurt. Not too bad though. I've patched them up. They just got to keep healing slowly. But what it did do was increase the toughness when Dycart got beat up. And then of course strength I've gotten up from carrying stuff around. And my athletics is a little bit higher, and my laboring's up there from doing the mining. But I just purchased Hobbs the crossbow. So now they both have crossbows and a little bit of ammo. They both have some first aid kits. And then, well, Hobbs has some food. Let me give this to Dycart. And then his raw meat we'll cook at some point, probably. All right, so I'm ready to try to head out. I'm going to save it first, though. Okay, so I want to get to Squin. But what I don't want to do is risk getting my butt kicked on the way. So I'm not going to... Is there an exit over here somewhere? This is a thieves' place where I could join. Doesn't look like there is, so I'll just come out this way. Let's bring these guys out here. So what I'm not going to do is I could click on the map down here and just say go, and then they would just take off running. But it could be very dangerous. Let's speed things up. Could be very dangerous. So I'm going to run a little bit so I can see where I'm going, because I don't want to run into some bad people and get my butt kicked. So if I look here, okay, so the hub is going to be out, or the Squin is going to be this way. So I think it's this one, maybe? I guess it doesn't really matter. But I'm just kind of looking ahead, trying to make sure I'm not running them into any crazy dangers. A copper mine. Oh, I did not mean to go this way. We can do it though. Let's go. Oh, loading. So it's loading the new areas as I come to them. So let me cut across this way. And right now I have them just both running at the fastest they can possibly run. I could change that, and with this thing, like right now it's just run as fast as you can. I can go here, which is run together, so whoever the slowest person is, they always run at that speed, so they stay grouped, like shadow each other. There's a walk, jog, and run. Okay, so I want them running right now, but it looks like this is Squin right here. So let's get down there. Run, guys, run! Excellent. All right, so these guys are going to have some stuff to say to me, probably. Flat skin. They don't like me. Okay, so first thing I want to do Is this the place? No, that's not the place. If I hold down Alt, I can see, like, this looks like an armory. This is a bar. Let me see if there's anybody to recruit in here. I think I had recruited this person before, but I don't know if I paid for him or not. Looking at my horns, flat skin. Oh, she had her horns cut as a dishonor. I have a question for you, Flatskin. What do you do if you're outnumbered on the battlefield? Now, these guys are like warriors. Like, they're all about battle and honor and stuff like that. So you keep fighting until the end. So she liked that. You live a coward or die a hero. She had been knocked out. They thought she was dead, so they cut off her horns because they thought she deserted them. So I'm appeasing her, and then she's saying, "Let's band together." All right, so here she is, Ruka. I'll just leave her as Ruka, and I'll just leave her the way she's set up. But the nice thing about it is, a lot of the times you can change. You can't change their race and stuff. You can change what they look like and how they stand and all that stuff. Okay, so boom, now we have 3 people in our Wanderers group. Awesome. Let's talk to this guy. No, he's a merc. I don't want to hire a merc. A merc you pay like per day. They don't just join your squad. Looks like that's my only choice here. All right, so let's head out. So now I've got 3 people, though. That's pretty cool. Armor shop. I don't need that quite yet. That's going to be a weapon shop. That might be useful at some point. There's another bar. Let's go see if there's somebody else in here I can recruit for free. I don't see anybody. Oh, no, wait, there's somebody there. There's somebody I can talk to. Pacifier? I don't know who they are. Oh, okay, that's for something with the ninjas. Not an actual person. Let's talk to this person. A field medic for 6,000. So that could be something to look into later. Kang. I'm a Shek warrior. 6,000. Okay, so both of those guys are 6,000. So possible future purchase. Camera's a little wonky. Okay, so this is like a regular merchant store. All right, so what I think I'm going to do is, this is kind of a weird city, but I need to start getting some stuff set up for later. Like, I need to get backpacks. So if I go in here, this is the adventure store. So a large backpack, the encumbrance reduction is 50%. So anything I put in there only weighs 50% as much. Medium backpack. But I lower, it's minus 10 on combat skills. The athletics effect is 100% or 1 time. So in other words, it doesn't affect my athletics, but it does lower my combat speed, stealth skill, and dodge skill. So it multiplies by those amounts. So I only get 80% of my combat speed, 25% stealth, 25% dodge. So this backpack's great for carrying stuff, but it's really going to affect me. This one, same weight reduction, but not... Oh, combat speed, it actually makes better. Yeah, so it's a little bit better overall for my combat and stuff, but it's not going to have as many spaces as the large. And then, of course, there's the small, which affects me much less, but again, isn't going to have a whole lot of space. So I need to consider stuff like that while I'm going. But I want more backpacks. But of course, I only have 500 gold, or cats, I should say. So not enough to really do much. Um, so yeah, I need to save up some money. So what I'm going to do to try to make some money is I'm going to take all three of these people, and if I look at this building here, if I click on it, this broken down rubble, I can buy it for 7,200 cats. So if I can bring in enough stuff to sell to these guys to get 7,200, I can buy that place, and then I can start building research and stuff. So let's go out here. Smuggling checks, remove your gear. So I'm just going to show them my gear to show them I had nothing to worry about. All right, what's this over here? Copper that one person can do. Copper that two people can do. All right, so I am going to send Dycart and Hobbs over here. I'm going to send Ruka over here, and they're just going to mine some copper, and I'm going to mine copper and sell it until I have enough money to purchase the building there, and then I'll have to repair the building. There were no actual buildings. Oh no, I could buy this for 19,200 if I wanted to, and it's fully completed. We've got 19,200. Yeah, so the ones I can buy are so expensive, I'm better off buying the cheap one and then just repairing it up. But I need to buy this building so I can do some research, and I'm just gonna set up my temporary base, my home here for now. But that's gonna be it. I'm gonna be doing this for a bit until I get the money. I'll set up and repair this building, and then we'll have to continue in the next episode because we have reached the end of our time. Thank you for joining me. I hope you're finding the game interesting. I know I certainly am. I know it's pretty slow, but that's kind of part of the charm of the game, is you're constantly building up. Let's look at Dycart's stats before we go here. Okay, so he's gained 3 strength, and he's gained 4 toughness because he was only 1. He's gained 1 lock picking, 1 lock picking, and he's gained 8 athletics, and then he's gained 16 laboring. And right now his laboring is actually increasing because he's laboring. He's working at the mine. So again, it's like it's slow, but I'm building them up the entire time. They're getting better and better and better. I'll look at Ruka. I didn't look at her stats. So she's definitely a fighter. Look at that. Oh, thank you, autosave. So anyway, that's going to be it for this episode. I'll continue this work between episodes, try to get some money saved up so that we can continue moving forward with our little temporary base here. But thanks for joining me. I really appreciate it, and I hope you will join me for the next episode. Take care, everyone.